Yo, yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy K-Mac back here once again, the host of the Blitzburg Coverage Podcast, recording live, man, from a Friday. If you're watching this, you're not going to be able to see my beautiful, gorgeous face because it's kind of dark out, with the hours going back, the clock going back an hour. It gets darker earlier, at least over here. But whatever. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about that. Let's dive right in, man. We're talking West Coast trip, man. Pittsburgh Steelers heading out to Los Angeles to play on the Los Angeles Chargers for a big time AFC matchup, man. This matchup is absolutely crucial. Holy crap. Currently, hold on one second, man. Fuck it. Whatever, that'll be cool. My hood up a little bit. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. I'm gonna say what I gotta say, man. All right, I'm gonna do what I do. That's what I do. Whether you like it or whether you like me, hate me or love it, whatever. I'm gonna fucking say the truth. That's what I do. I don't sugarcoat nothing for nobody. I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So, this game, Sunday night, prime time, West Coast. We played the Chargers last year, beat them 20-10. Very hot Sunday, dude. I was there last year for the home opener, actually. It was week 3. We got to 3-0. Justin Herbert gets hurt. Joe Alt, eventually got beat by TJ Watt. Well, that was last year. That was last year's team. That's irrelevant to this year. And the time before that, we played the Chargers. It was Ben's last year, 2021, a game in which we were getting our butts beat bad, like a fourth quarter comeback, got the lead, but couldn't get any first downs. Defense just absolutely played like trash that night. Then again, we were down multiple players. I mean, my goodness, multiple players were out that game, but that's just a little history revisit lesson just because, I can talk over the past. Man, I started exclusively watching this team in 2010. But I mean, I became a fan back in 05, 04 when I was a youngin', really young, man. Kind of watched them limited, but when you're young, dude, there's just so much going on. You're like, I don't even know what's going on, but hey, I like this team, I like their colors, I like the quarterback, so I'm riding with them. And then 2010, I started to really watch every game, at least that I could. The out-of-market games were out of my reach because I was just a youngin'. But, yeah, I could talk about any game because I remember every game we played. I could talk with anybody. I'm almost like a historian, literally. I'm almost a historian. And I love it. And I'll fucking admit it. I don't really care. And that's why I do this podcast. I'm not doing it for the clout. I'm not doing it for anything other than because I love to do it. And hopefully you guys understand that. And hopefully one day you find your niche. But I don't know. I'm just talking about games, life, things like that. So let's talk about this Sunday and what is going to be entailed with this game. Chargers are 6-3, if I'm not mistaken. 6-3, I want to say. I know they lost to the Commanders, the Giants, and somebody else, but I can't remember. But they've gotten a lot of wins, close wins. They beat the Chiefs. They beat Tennessee last week in a close fashion. I can't remember everything. It's the Chargers. Justin Herbert, obviously, very talented quarterback. Is he top 5 like everybody says? No, not in my opinion. Top 10? Yeah. I give him top 10. He's talented, but sometimes he forces things. Sometimes he chokes. The Charger's going to Charger. And, their offensive line has been awful this year. So, and they're down Joe Alt. They've been down Joe Alt most of the season. They were down Mekhi Becton most of the year. He's done for the year. It looks like Joe Alt's going to be out for the foreseeable future, at least. So that means they'll be down to their backup tackles. And before they even were playing, their offensive line sucked anyways. And so now it's like, you know, you'd think that'd be an advantage for Pittsburgh, because where are we good at? Defensive line, front seven, which they played a huge part in last week's victory over the Indianapolis Colts, as far as saying, hey, JT, you're gonna get stuffed today. We're gonna make Daniel Jones beat us. And you know, it worked in our favor as we were able to get pressure on them, cause turnovers, and that's going to be the story of this game, in my opinion. Because, you know, I want to buy back into this team, but it's Jekyll and Hyde with this team. We can beat anybody, but we can lose to anybody, in my opinion. See the Packers game, see the Bengals game, the Seahawks game, and, you know, Packers and Seahawks are quality teams, in my opinion. Bengals, not so much. Not so much. But, you know, you want to be a good team, you got to beat good teams. And, you know, two of our wins are against the Patriots and the Colts, which are two of the top teams in the AFC. Take that for whatever that may mean. Obviously, that was really done by the takeaways. Patriots, you're talking 3 red zone takeaways, if I'm not mistaken. And obviously the Colts game, which was 6 takeaways. And people are going to say, well, they were one-score games, blah, 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 blah. The Patriots game, I agree on. That was a competitive football game. The fact we only won that game by 1 score was very scary. And it came down to a last drive on defense, in which we prevailed. The Colts game, in my opinion, was not competitive. I mean, the Colts won the first quarter, but after that, we pretty much took care of them with swift ease, easy cheese, butter through knife, butter knife through butter. I mean, they were down, 3 scores in the fourth quarter, and they kicked the last-minute field goal? Come on. That was never a one-score close game. We won that game handily. And if you watch it, you knew it too. So, for the people that just scoreboard watch and don't watch, shut the fuck up and stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. But nonetheless, I think that's really, you know, I think a lot of people are saying that, at least Steeler fans, and I know people are, you know, we get too high with these wins, we get too low with these losses. Let's try to keep it mainstay in the middle. I know a couple weeks ago I was out on this team, and what do? The most Pittsburgh thing ever. Beat, you know, the best record-wise team in the league, and, you know, that really was largely in part due to the pass rush. Alex Highsmith was a monster Sunday, finally. I mean, finally, he had a good game. Took in 8-7 weeks, but he finally had a good game. And he should. He should, especially if TJ Watt's getting all these fucking, you know, highest chip percentage in the league by a wide margin, mind you. And, you know, Herbig, Jack Sawyer was in there. And if Derek Harmon and Cam Hayward can, you know, win their matchups, that just makes everyone else's job easier. And so this game Sunday, it's like, you know, Justin Herbert's going to be looking to get that ball out quick, early. I expect, you know, a similar game plan to how the Bengals and Packers played us, and, you know, getting the ball out quick. And, you know, really depends on how this defense is going to, you know, adjust to that. And, you know, and don't forget about stopping the run. Got to make the Chargers one-dimensional. Justin Herbert's gotten hit a lot this year. He's taking a lot of sacks. Are we going to be able to capitalize on that? And, you know, if you get some hits on him, you know, can we get a takeaway or two? Can we get a key forced fumble? You know, whether it's Herbig, Highsmith, or TJ. You know, that could really swing the game. But defensively, the Chargers are like top 10 as far as yards per game allowed, versus we're like 30th. So, I mean, this defense is literally, how would I describe this? Boom or bust. They are a boom or bust defense. They're either going to get shredded. a lot of points and maybe bend but don't break, or they're gonna beat your quarterback up and get takeaways. And the offense this year has been good. I would have liked to have seen them put up more points last week, but if they were actually able to convert that 4th and 3 into a touchdown, they hit 30 points again, which would have been awesome to see. But 6 takeaways and not getting 30 points to me is kind of alarming. But I think for me, it's like, what happens, this defense, again, they got shredded last week in a way. In another way, not so much, but it's like, what happens when we get down, the stretch of the season, and because 6 takeaways, 5 takeaways are not sustainable. We're not going to get that every week. It's not going to happen. So this defense has to learn to play better, especially on 3rd and longs. We're allowing 3rd and longs 45% of the time, which that means half the time when it's 3rd and long, the Steelers are giving that up. And that's terrible. That's terrible. I know we're 5-3, but that's terrible to me. It's 3rd and long to me is considered 3rd and 7 plus. If it's 3rd and 5 or more, the Steelers need to get off the fucking field. Get off the field, dude. And, with Jalen Ramsey playing safety last week and Kyle Duggar, who I thought played good, I really, considering he was just traded for a week prior, that guy had a week to get ready. I thought he played good, and Ramsey back at safety full time. I think that's probably going to be our best lineup moving forward, at least for the time being, until we get some safeties back. Whenever that may be, I don't know. I don't find it to be a coincidence that Chuck Clark didn't play much and the defense looked better. That guy needs to be off the field. Though there is one issue with Ramsey playing safety, is that means Darius Slay is going to be on the field more. And, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Darius Slay ain't it, man. He's not. I would rather, I would like him to be more at safety than Jalen Ramsey, but if this is what we got to do, this is what we got to do. I guess just play less man-to-man and more zone. I don't know. I don't know what you do. I don't know how you work with that. But Brandon Echols is in the slot, and he's been pretty solid this year. We did release Beanie Bishop, so we caught him. And apparently we're going to be having Asante Samuel Jr. in for a visit next Wednesday. So I don't know. I know he's got some other visits lined up with teams, but maybe it will be his last visit, and maybe Mike Tomlin can make a pitch he can't refuse. I hope so. That'd be awesome to get him in there. Add him to the mix. Corey Trice Jr. I'm sorry. He has potential. He's a lengthy, taller corner. Highly spoken about during training camps and all that, but he can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. He came in the league with injury problems, which was why he was a 7th-round pick out of Purdue. You come in the league healthy, odds are you're not going to stay healthy. But would be nice to get him in there. And if we had Corey Trice Jr. and Asante Samuel Jr. with Joey Porter Jr., holy crap, how many juniors are we going to have? how many juniors are we going to have? That'd be awesome. Maybe if we were able to get, Jabril Peppers back soon, then we could have Ramsey a little bit more in that corner. But I think for the time being, we're just going to have Ramsey at safety. And I thought he played good at safety, setting the tone, stopping the run. I know he made some big hits. That one flag was pretty soft to me. That looked like a football play to me, but what do I know? And I still don't know why nobody was able to explain how that fucking punt return wasn't a touchdown. The punt return muffed. We get the deep. Whatever. Who cares? It's irrelevant. But Chargers. This is a big game, man. They're 6-3. We're 5-3, and this could decide a tiebreaker. Say at the end of the year we were both to have the same record, and this is a head-to-head tiebreaker. So We need this one bad. We're on the road. It's an AFC team. And then after that, we're going back home to play the Bengals for a revenge game, in my opinion. And then we're on the road at Chicago. So this game Sunday night is massive. Gotta get to 6-3, man. 6-3 sounds way juicier than 5-4. Let's keep it real. And I think this is going to be a close game. This is almost a playoff. Honestly, let's keep it real. All right. This is undoubtedly a playoff game for both teams. This is a playoff game. I know it's early in the year. It's like fucking week 9, but this is a playoff game. Pittsburgh needs this win. The Chargers need this win. In order for us to win this division, we're going to need this. We're going to need all the wins we can get because the Ravens are coming. The Ravens are coming, and, you know, I know they beat the Dolphins. They beat the Bears. They beat the Bears without Lamar, and they got the Vikings Sunday. If the Vikings could, you know, pull off some fucking some voodoo magic and beat the Ravens tomorrow, that would set tomorrow. Today's Friday. That would put us in at least a spot where if we fuck up, we're not totally, you know, gonna muff this situation. But the Chargers need to win because the Broncos won last night against the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Broncos are 8-2. So the Chargers need to. It's like, dude, people I feel like are sleeping on this game, man. Rodgers, top 3 in the league for touchdowns, passes thrown. You know, he's played great this year. You know, not like MVP, but, you know, he's done more than what we thought he would coming into the year with what the offense was supposed to be, which was lackluster. And, you know, DK needs to catch the ball. Roman Wilson, let's not have any boneheaded fumbles. I would like to see the run game get going more. You know, I would really like to see that. You know, let's get Dylan Moore on the ball more. Let's, you know, Kenneth Gainwell, I like him, but I feel like the touches moving forward need to be 70-30 in favor of Warren. I'm just saying. Kenneth Gainwell can make some plays. I like him out of the backfield, but Warren just makes motherfuckers miss. And he's not easy to bring down. You look at, you know, Forrest, you know, miss, like, look at the stats, dude. Jaylen Warren, he makes the first guy miss 90+% of the time the first time. You ain't tackling that guy. I think he's one of the better backs in the league. I'm not saying he's a fucking McCaffrey, JT fucking type of guy, Derrick Henry, but he's good. He is a good running back. There's no doubt there. And it's crazy to me that his first touchdown, he had his first touchdown since week 12 of last week's game. That's crazy to me. So, this is going to be a close game. If you're looking at betting, I think the Steelers are underdogs. And the over-under is 44.5. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think both teams are going to probably score about 20 points. The Chargers, Lamb McConkey, Keenan Allen, that tight end they have, Gratson. I think he's a rookie. He's a beast. But we got good tight ends too. It looks like, you know, I don't know where Jonnu Smith went, but they've really been using Darnell Washington a lot. And when he plays 40 or more snaps, we're like 9-0. So, and Freiermuth got a touchdown last week. The only passing touchdown of Rodgers was to Muth last week in the red zone. And our red zone offense, I will say, man, that's been a fucking blessing to see Rodgers just threading the needle in the red zone, man. We got one of the best red zone offenses in the league, and we should. You're talking fucking Rodgers, Warren, Metcalf, Muth, Darnell, Jonnu, like some big motherfuckers to guard. And, you know, that was one of the key things I was saying coming into the year is our red zone offense should be fucking lethal. Damn, how close to the curb were you? But let's talk about injuries heading into this game. Looks like Isaac Seumalo, who's been battling a pectoral injury for a minute, is not going to be playing. So in comes, Spencer Anderson? Or I think Spencer Anderson is going to be playing instead of him. So, and usually he's our sixth, you know, the guy that reports it, like, eligible as an extra tight end. Usually he's been kind of that guy we bring in on our big packages, jumbo packages, add him in there and just bully the fuck out of people. So I'll be curious to see who they, because they're not going to get rid of that package. They're just not going to eliminate that shit. They're probably going to bring in maybe Andres Pete, maybe Ryan McCollum, because, we suffered that, somebody suffered an injury during that Packers game, and we weren't able to use that package as much, and that definitely limited some of the things we could do offensively. So I think it should still work that shit. Arthur Smith likes to fucking have big bodies in there. Let's keep that shit going. Looks like Jabril Peppers is going to be out again, which that sucks. Scotty Miller is going to be out. Not that he's done much, but it's another receiver gone. Isaac Seumalo's gone. I'm not sure if Cole Holcomb's going to be playing or not, which that means we'll probably see some more fucking Peyton Wilson, Malik Harrison, and obviously Patrick Queen. I don't really think we've used our dime defense yet this year, which that's interesting to see. Trying to think of anything else. Deshaun Elliott, I'm not sure if he's going to play this year. They put him on IR, but the Steelers media reporters say he's out for the year. Tomlin said he's week to week. Who really fucking knows? Will Howard, not that that matters, but I mean, he's been practicing and all that shit, so that's cool, I guess. I'm trying to think. Chuck Clark, I think he'll be active. I don't know. I know the injury report came out today. It's looking like we'll probably have most of our guys except for Isaac Seumalo and Jabril Peppers and Isaac Seumalo. So, not sure on the Cole Holcomb front. I had to double check that, but we're pretty much good to go, man. Yeah, Chargers, Steelers, Sunday Night Football should be a good one. I think it's going to be a close game. Honestly, I can see this game going either way, but I'm going to speak good things into existence. I think we win a close football game. Give me Steelers 24, Chargers 23. I think this will be a close game. Razor thin. It's probably going to come down to whoever has the ball last. But if we're keeping it real, man, we should win this game. I'm just fucking saying. I know the Bengals, when they played us, they were down some offensive linemen, but dude, TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, if Herbig gets the fucking snaps, and Jack Sawyer, fucking Cam Hayward, fucking Derek Harmon, Keanu Benton, those guys should be fucking eating Sunday night. I'm just fucking saying. Those motherfuckers should be eating Sunday night. Offense. Let's have a couple of nice long drives. Let's fucking.
Seconds.
I feel like sometimes we score too quick, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. But hey, man, that's just a preview. I want to do a cool Friday show for y'all. Hope you all enjoyed the podcast episode. What are you guys thinking for Sunday? I keep thinking today's Saturday. Today's Friday, man. Today's Friday. Hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks for subscribing if you're a subscriber. If not, go subscribe, man. I dive in. I preview this. I love talking about it, man. Calvin, I just love talking. It's crazy, man. I don't know. I don't got to say nothing. It's just like, I'm in this. I'm in too deep. But if the Steelers win Sunday night, I might be back on the fucking train. But I know I was talking major shit those past couple of weeks, but it's like, it was warranted. I'm a fan. I'm not a media member. I'm going to say it how it fucking is. I'm going to ride the highs. I'm going to ride the lows. Sorry, not sorry. But that's the end of the show, man. Hope you all enjoyed it. Share it. Love it. We are everywhere, man. Facebook, Twitter /X, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Spotify. Love it. Share it. Tell your friends. Tell your girlfriend. Tell your friend's girlfriend. And we are out this thing. Go have a fun Friday. Stay out of trouble. We got a big one Sunday night, man. Oh, we got a big one Sunday night. This game is massive for this freaking season. If we win this, I'll have good hopes. For me, I want to see us win the division and win a playoff game at home. That to me is success. If we're able to do that, whatever else is just cake to me. It's just bone. It's just, it's just whipped cream. It's just whipped top. It's just like, you got a good pie. It's delicious. It's an 8. You add some whipped cream. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm cool with the pie. Whipped creaming is just extra for me. Whatever. I don't know. I'm just trying to put this in terms you guys can understand. And to me, like I said, if we should win this division this year. I'm sorry. We should win this division. Host the playoff game. Win the playoff game. And whatever happens after that, happens. But to me, that is what I define as success. Haven't had a playoff win in 9 years. A-Rod, if he keeps balling and if the defense can get some shit fixed, hey, you never know. If we stay healthy, fingers crossed, we've been pretty much healthy. I know we've had a lot of secondary issues, but, that's just how it goes. But big game Sunday night. You see what the boys got out west. Sometimes they struggle out west. On Sunday Night Football, we haven't been good the past 10 games or so. We're 4-6. Over the past 15, we're like 6-9 or something crazy. I don't know. We used to fucking run prime time, but as of recently, it's been, up and down. This year, we're 0-2 in prime time. Sunday night, the Packers lost, and the Bengals Thursday night was an L. So let's see it. Sunday night, it's going to be a big one. I think this is going to be a great football game. So hopefully both teams stay healthy. I know it's going to be a battle. Jim Harbaugh is one heck of a coach. Herbert's a good quarterback, but we can win this game, and I think we will. So here we go, Steelers. Here we freaking go, man. I'm pumped. It's only Friday. We'll get to Sunday when it's a fun day Sunday. And I'm out, man. Y'all have a great freaking weekend. Stay safe. And thanks for listening or watching wherever you are. Share it. Love it, man. Hope you guys had fun. Just subscribe, man. Hit the subscribe button, man. Let's grow this show. Let's grow it. And because I love talking with y'all. I wish I had more people that were following, but it is what it is. Can't have everything, man, as Drake once said. I'm out, man. Peace.